So in my game, I can click the green ball to get points and the orange square to lose them again, because I have these two event listeners that increments and decrements the variable. And now I would also like the points to be shown somewhere on the screen. So first I'm going to prepare the HTML for where they should be. Here I have my game, and I'm going to add a scoreboard. Say a div with ID scoreboard, and I'm just going to write the text. You have 10 points. That is the text that's going to be there when I have 10. I have 7 points. I'm just going to change it. You have 7 points. And then in the CSS, I'm going to make it just a tiny bit better looking. Position it absolute. Put it at the right, like there, with a bit of space maybe. And at the top, with a bit of space. You can also use Flexbox and other design rules for this. You don't have to position everything absolute just because we're in a game. I'm going to make it a bit nicer looking. Maybe a bit much. Maybe I shouldn't use M. You have 7 points. Yeah, I can live with that. So now I have a place in my HTML that I want to change. I have this exact text, and I actually only want the number here to change with the points. But right now I'm just going to try and change everything, just to see if it works. Before I write the JavaScript to change this text, I want to see how I can do it in the console. So I have to select the text, and then I can go and click on it and say, take the content of the text and change it to something else. So if I do like I always do, I find the scoreboard, select that, query selector, the scoreboard, and then I don't want to add a class or an event listener or anything like that. I want to change the text. So I'm writing text content, and that is actually kind of a variable because I can set it equal to something. And first I'm just going to set it equal to hello there.
Hello there.
Just to see if it works. And it does not work until I click the click ball, and the text changes to hello there. So this is how I output text in my HTML. I select the element that I want to change, and then I set the text content of that element. And rather than setting it directly to a text, just like with console log, we could also set it to a variable, like here. So now when we click this, we should see it says the number 3 because I have 3 points and 4, 5. So, and it counts up. This is a bit weird. This is just a number standing alone here by itself. We maybe want to improve the UX a bit and do like we did with the console log. And even though we don't have parentheses, we can still use concatenation. So you have plus points. And that should tell us this text. You have 3 points, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, and so on. And this works fine. I think it's kind of okay. But I just want to give you one final tip, because all of this text will always be the same. So that could really be part of the HTML. And you see, the only thing that I want to change is this number here, this actual number of points. So you could just make an additional HTML element let's use a span. Span is just like a div in that it doesn't do anything, but span is meant for being inside text. So we give it an ID of the number of the, what you call it, current points. That is going to be our ID. And there we put the number 7, and then we write the text outside. So right now, it looks exactly the same. If we run our code now, it would just overwrite all this. But if we go here and don't select the scoreboard, but select the current points ID. So current points underscore points. And then we don't want the extra text, but just put the points inside. Then once we click, it says I have 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. And if we look at it in the inspector, it's still the scoreboard. That's the text you have. That's the span with an ID of current points and more text. So our JavaScript just changes this one tiny element. Ain't that cool?